Hey there, fellow green thumbs. Welcome back to the Celtic Farm. I'm Master Gardener Steve with another gardening video to help you grow. Are you ready to level up your garden game without breaking the bank? Today we're diving into the world of coffee grounds and cardboard, a dynamic duo that can work wonders in your garden. These simple, sustainable materials can enrich your soil, suppress weeds, and boost your compost pile. So let's get started. Before we get our hands dirty, let's talk about ratios and why they matter. This may be a little master of the obvious for some of you, but it warrants an explanation to make sure you get your nitrogen and carbon levels correct. In gardening, we often work with two types of measurements, volume and weight. Volume is the space that materials take up. For example, if you fill a bucket with shredded cardboard or a scoop of coffee grounds, you're measuring by volume. Weight obviously measures how heavy something is, but it's kind of hard to carry around a scale with us out in the garden. Since coffee grounds are denser than cardboard, they weigh more even when the volume looks the same. Why does this matter? Well, number one is that you'll see weight and volume ratios mixed up on the internet constantly. Number two, because the right balance of carbon and nitrogen is key to effective decomposition. The ideal ratio for composting is 30:1 carbon to nitrogen by weight, but we usually measure by volume in the garden since it's easier to gauge. So it's perfectly clear. All the ratios from this point on are based on volume, or in simple terms, an easy application for measurement, buckets. When using coffee grounds and cardboard together, we'll simplify the measurements using those volume ratios. Since cardboard is light and coffee grounds are denser and heavier, we generally use a 1:2 or 1:3 ratio by volume in buckets to get close to the right carbon-nitrogen balance. In other words, you need more cardboard to balance out the nitrogen-rich coffee grounds. For mulching, use a 1:3 ratio by volume, 1 part coffee grounds to 3 parts shredded cardboard. This combo suppresses weeds, retains moisture, and slowly releases nutrients into the soil. Lay down the cardboard as a base, overlapping the edges, and add a thin layer of coffee grounds on top. Remember to water well to start the decomposition. For soil amendments, the ratio shifts to 1:4 by volume, 1 part coffee grounds to 4 parts shredded cardboard. This blend helps improve the soil texture, moisture retention, and fertility. Incorporate it into the top 6 to 8 inches of the soil for best results. And finally, in composting, we aim for a 30:1 carbon to nitrogen ratio by weight as mentioned, but let's simplify it to a 1:2 volume, 1 part coffee grounds to 2 parts shredded cardboard. This balance promotes effective decomposition. Turn the pile every 2 to 3 weeks and add more cardboard if the compost becomes too wet or smelly. Here's a Master Gardener tip for you. Sourcing these materials is often free. Many coffee shops will happily give you used coffee grounds if you bring a container. And cardboard, you probably have plenty at home. Reuse old boxes, shipping boxes, or check with your local grocery store or recycling center. One last thing for the worm lovers in the crowd. If you're into vermicomposting, coffee grounds and cardboard are perfect materials for your worm bin. Some tips though. Coffee grounds provide a gentle boost of nitrogen that worms love, but be sure not to overdo it. Use coffee grounds sparingly, no more than 1 part coffee grounds to 4 parts other bedding materials by volume. Too much nitrogen can make the bin acidic and uncomfortable for the worms. Cardboard is an ideal bedding material, offering both carbon and a cozy environment for the worms. It keeps the bin balanced and provides perfect conditions for the worms to thrive. Use plenty of shredded cardboard in your worm bin, making up about 60 to 70% of the total bedding. In summary, by using coffee grounds and cardboard, you're not only improving your garden, but also reducing waste. It's a win-win. Stick to the right ratios, 1:3 for mulching, 1:4 for soil amendment, and 1:2 for composting by volume, and you'll see great results. Let me know how it works in the comments, and happy gardening.